Hey, it's Dustin. Today I wanted to talk about what I think are 20 plus of the best ways to kind of earn money as a side hustle online in 2020, and some of them are offline options as well. So if you don't know what a side hustle is, basically you can have like your full-time or part-time job, and then on the side you can do like a side hustle to earn some extra money. If you're doing a side hustle, I'd recommend trying to get passive income as opposed to active income. So active income, basically for every hour that you put in, you earn money, but then when you're not actively working, you don't earn money. And passive income, you do all the work up front and then you can potentially earn money from it for years to come. So I think passive is the way to go if you're able to do it. It can be harder to figure out how you're going to do that, but I would look into passive options over active, but anything that you can do to earn a little extra money would probably help out. So the first item on my list is making a YouTube channel. Obviously, I think that's a pretty good idea or I wouldn't be here. There's lots of ways that you can potentially earn money with YouTube. There's just the ad revenue that you earn. I think once you have 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of watch time, then you start qualifying that you can earn money from ads on your videos. You can also use like links for affiliates to send people to products to buy, and then you get a chunk of that. You can use Patreon to get money directly from your supporters, things like that. So there's lots of options. If you are nervous about appearing on video, you could use podcasting instead. That's another option. I know I've struggled with video. I've been doing this for a long time through, like, I've been live streaming on twitch.tv, so I'm a bit more comfortable on the camera, but I'm still like very monotonous and I don't have the personality to make videos, but anybody can do it really. You just have to have the courage to turn the camera on and start talking. So I'd recommend giving it a try. But if you're really too nervous for YouTube, then you can do podcasts instead. It just seems like a bit more work to me because you have to put out like a 1 to 2 hour episode per week, but it has many of the same benefits as making a YouTube channel, but you don't have to be seen. And then some people prefer podcasts because then when you're just like driving to work or exercising or something, you can listen to it. So that's a benefit of podcasts, I guess. Another option, there's a whole bunch of apps that you can use to kind of make some money in your spare time. So there's like Uber or Lyft, Skip the Dishes, Instacart, basically any of those apps where you can run errands for people. That can be a good way to earn money. The one thing that I'll caution you on is be aware of the maintenance costs that it will put on your vehicle because of all those extra miles that you're driving. A lot of people don't consider that up front, so you'll want to think about that. But usually it works out with those apps. You make about $10 an hour, I think, from what I've seen. I watched a few videos of people that use those apps and talk about if it's worth it or not. So maybe watch some of those videos and see which ones are good and which ones aren't. I think it kind of changes over time too. So yeah, use those apps if you want. The one benefit of those apps is that if you're just bored, if you have a couple hours downtime, you can just open up the app and start working, just earn a bit of extra money when you have nothing else to do. So it's really flexible that way as opposed to having like a scheduled thing that you have to do. The next side hustle that I would recommend is affiliate marketing. That's really a category that applies to a bunch of other stuff. Like you could be doing a YouTube or a blog and also be doing affiliate marketing, but that's basically just, it's when you direct people from your website or whatever to buy a product and then you get a % commission off of that. So that's one source of passive income. Once you set up your affiliate marketing, ideally people are going to keep watching your stuff and going to your links for a while to come. I mentioned blogging there. That's another way, in addition to affiliate, pretty much all the stuff that you would get out of a YouTube channel. So you get like advertising revenue whenever people are reading your blog, and there's a whole bunch of other things. You can monetize your own products and stuff like that through blogging. If you want like a real life side hustle, you could do babysitting, pet sitting, or house sitting. Depending where you live, there may be more or less jobs in those fields, but those are things that you can do. Babysitting is more active, but especially like pet sitting or house sitting, you might just have to sit around their house and make sure nothing happens, or check on their house once or twice a day. So it can be nice. You could house sit for somebody and you can just sit in their house, make use of their Wi-Fi, and you can actually multitask and work on another side business while you're also house sitting. So it's like synergistically, you can stack different businesses on top of each other. So you'd be making an hourly rate for your house sitting, but then you're making like blog posts or something as well at the same time. Another side hustle option is tutoring. If you're good at like math or English or any particular subject, parents will pay you to teach their students. So that's really nice. That's a way that you can make money. Another one is flipping items on Amazon or eBay. So especially if you like shopping, this can be a good one for you. So there's like an Amazon app that you can use to scan product barcodes, and then you can see what they're selling for on Amazon. And then if you're out at a store and it's for cheaper, you buy it and then you put it on Amazon and you basically make the difference. A lot of people do that full time, going to like Goodwill and stuff as well, buying used stuff and then selling it online. So that's something to consider. I think Gary Vee does a big thing with that, where he goes to like garage sales and stuff. So that's something to think about. There's also like music lessons or any talents that you have. You can teach people either in person, or you can make an online course teaching people how to play guitar or something. That's something to consider. There's data entry or being a transcriptionist. So sometimes you might get like a video presentation and you have to transcribe into writing what they've said, or there's various kinds of like data entry you can do. That's kind of like a more entry level thing, but if you don't have any skills, that could be a good place to start, just earning some money online. There's being a freelance writer, which is me. That's what I do most of the time. So writing blogs and articles for people to help their websites rank higher in Google, and then obviously that drives more traffic and sales to their stuff. You can also be an editor if you'd rather edit other people's writing instead of writing yourself. You can teach ESL. I hear that's pretty big now online, teaching people in like China and stuff over Skype how to speak English. So that could be something to look into. There's programming, web design, app development. So if you're interested in any kind of coding, you could make your own programs. You can make your own mobile apps and games and stuff like that. That's something to think about. I know there's lots of people, even like kids that are like 18 or younger, that get into making just simple mobile games, and then you can earn a lot of money through the ads on them. So that's something to think about. Photography is a good option. So you could probably make a killing doing weddings just on weekends as a photographer. You just gotta build up your portfolio and get some clients as experience to show, like set up a nice website with pictures that you've already taken in weddings. So it might be harder to get started, but maybe if you do like a couple weddings for friends for free, maybe they have like a real photographer they're paying, but then they let you go as well and just do it for free, and you give them the photos afterwards. That can be a good way to get some pictures to put on your website and get set up as a wedding photographer. Or you can even just sell stock photography online as well. And then if you just take hundreds of pictures and put them online, and then whenever somebody buys one, you get part of that. There's also graphic design. This is something, if I wasn't a freelance writer, I might consider this, like making logos and stuff for people and other graphics. That seems pretty lucrative. You can get started in a basic way on sites like Fiverr, or you can make your own website and start working for yourself. I don't know the whole ins and outs of how you actually find jobs for that, but it seems like there's lots of various graphic design stuff that you can do. SEO, or search engine optimization, is another big one. So helping people improve their website so that more people will visit their website and then they get more sales. So obviously that's worth it for them. Social media manager. So big companies, they need somebody to look after like their Facebook account, their Twitter, their Instagram. So they just either outsource that or they have somebody that works for them. If you can do a freelance job of that, then they would probably pay you pretty well. You just queue up like a week's worth of content and then schedule it out, and then maybe reply to comments and stuff as well. Other kind of artwork stuff you can do, if you like drawing comics or animating, you can make a YouTube channel with animations, or you can make like a web comic where you post comics every day or every couple days or once a week. That could be a good thing to do. Voice actors, so you can act for people. Need all kinds of voice acting. Maybe they just want you to read a script for like a company video, or maybe you're actually voicing a character for a cartoon or something. There's all kinds of voice acting. I don't know exactly how you get into that field, but it's something, if you feel like you have like a really unique voice, that might be something to consider. If you speak a language, you could be a translator. So if you speak French or something, then you could either translate documents or translate a video or something and present a video in a different language for people. There's a virtual assistant. That's another kind of like generic thing, like affiliate income. A virtual assistant can kind of encompass a whole bunch of different things. It's like basically being an online secretary for somebody and doing all like the little menial data entry tasks and stuff that they want for the most part. It might be like going into their YouTube channel and uploading all their videos and then writing the descriptions on them, or formatting like dozens of spreadsheets a certain way, something like that. But that's something to look into. Another one is you could design t-shirts and other products. So there's like Teespring, Redbubble, merch by Amazon you have to get approved for, but the other two, they're free to sign up for. You can basically just design a t-shirt and start selling it, and if it sells, then you make money, and if you don't, then it doesn't cost you anything because it's print on demand, so that's pretty sweet. You just need a little bit of knowledge of like Photoshop or some program like that, so you can start making designs that meet their criteria. But those are my best side hustles that I'd recommend. So if that was helpful, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. I'm going to have more videos in the future for freelance writers and all kinds of like online digital entrepreneurs, ways that you can have like a side hustle and make a little extra money. I'm going to talk about all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that. The one thing that I will say is avoid like multi-level marketing and scams. So those companies that sell like candles and all this aloe vera stuff, I would avoid those, especially if you have to pay any money up front. It's probably a scam that you don't want to get into. If they make these huge claims, I would stay away from that. If it seems too good to be true, then it probably is. Yeah, that's about it. Hopefully this is helpful. I have suggested so many things. Hopefully there's at least one of those that sound interesting to you that you can research a bit further and maybe start earning a side income with that. So with that, I'll leave you guys and I'll see you in the next video. See you.